Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Have a seat. Lay your feet up and take a beat.
Getting your attention cause I wanna catch 'em all. Taking what you got like I'm playing volleyball. Got me all excited that we're about to start. Get your questions out cause it's time to question Mark. Welcome, everybody, to the Question Mark podcast, where we have more questions than answers. Tonight, I am your host. Oh, man. I am Mark Lee. And in the guest seat tonight, or this afternoon, usually it's, this is earlier than usual.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's good. I think it's nicer to have it kind of early because you have this talk and then you could do something else afterwards. So, but in the guest seat tonight, we do have Rochelle. And her socials are at SHELL_BELLE5. So that's ShellBell5. And as always, in the moderator seat, not always here, but we'll be here probably in a bit, is May. So if you want to reach her at her socials, it's at MAYEMAZE, and mine is at GGMARCLEE. So if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave it in the chat. And anything pertaining to the conversation, we will go ahead and bring it up. So for right now, we'll go ahead and start with our icebreaker. Which you kind of loosened up, okay?
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and start with our rapid fire questioning. So there's no time limit to this. You could take your time in answering. Just try and answer off the cuff. Okay. So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Japan.
Oh, okay. You're on death row. What's your last meal?
Can I have like a 5-course meal?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
So,
We're going to start off with a nice little, maybe escargot.
oh.
And then a little salad after that. Then we're going to have some, maybe breadsticks or bread rolls, something like that. Then you have the main course, maybe a filet mignon. And then you have your dessert, which is probably, I'd have to say maybe a cheesecake or ice cream.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, why not both? It is your last meal.
True.
So,
True.
Your volleyball jersey number?
Oh, 10.
Why?
Because Logan Tom was my favorite player growing up. I don't know if she's back in the day.
Okay.
She was number 10 in Stanford, I think, and on the U.S. women's team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever stolen anything?
People's hearts.
Ooh, okay. Favorite actor or actress?
Actress would have to be Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
And actor, Tom Hanks.
Do you collect anything? People's hearts.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. People's hearts.
What do you wish you learned sooner?
Oh, that life isn't a straight pathway. It's not linear.
Okay. What is your most recent impulse buy?
A pair of shoes that I did not need, but I wanted them and I got them.
Are they dress shoes or?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you like strangers to remember you?
That I'm actually a lot nicer than what people think I am when they initially meet me.
Okay. Okay. And last one, you could have one superpower. What is it?
To be able to create anything out of anything.
Now, is it like equivalent exchange or is it like just out of thin air?
No, equivalent exchange.
So basically you'd have the ingredients and then you just make it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that is our rapid fire questioning. Let's go into some of those answers though. So, why Japan?
Well, I've never been.
Okay. But how do you know you'd want to live there?
Because they love cats.
Oh, really?
But, okay, not just that, but like I love the culture as well. The food, my favorite food in the world is Japanese food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of your favorite dishes from the Japanese menu?
I love ramen,
Mhm.
Sushi,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nigiri, sashimi, all that. Yeah, mainly the seafood because they're big on seafood.
Okay. And part of your last meal on death row, you said escargot.
Because I've never tried it.
Oh,
And I want to
okay.
try something before I die.
I see. Okay, I thought it's like, oh man, I've had it before.
Mm-mm.
I've got to have it again before I die.
No, I really want to try it, but I have to be in the situation where it's like, okay, it's your last chance. Do it now.
Yeah.
So
Now, you know what escargot is. Oh, why haven't you tried it yet?
because just the thought of eating snails.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've eaten like pretty out there stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but just the thought of eating snails is just not something that sounds particularly appetizing, but I know it's a delicacy
Yeah.
that I'd like to try.
Oh, okay.
I'll try everything once.
So, if we go to a spot that serves it and somebody orders it,
I will try it.
you'll try it.
I will try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that your favorite jersey number is 10, and you said it was, what was her name?
Logan Tom. I don't know if you guys. She was back in the day a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really follow women's volleyball, but that's what position did she play?
Outside.
Oh, okay. And
But she was. I liked her because she was an all-around player. That was when like volleyball. To be a good player on the women's team, you had to be well-rounded in everything. Like,
oh, okay.
That's when they wanted outsides to really be good passers and everything like that. So
Yeah, so she could just do everything. Okay.
Yeah.
And so your favorite actor, you said Tom Hanks, and actress was Anne Hathaway. What are your favorite movies from each of them?
Ooh. For Tom Hanks, I would have to say Castaway.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway. Okay, this is gonna be really childish, but Princess Diaries.
Oh, okay. No,
It
that's
left an impression on me when I was younger.
Is that her breakout movie, or did she do something before that?
I think it was her breakout. I don't quote me on that, but I
Okay.
feel like it was her breakout movie, and I think she was only like 18 or 19.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Good thing I know both those movies because those are both really good movies. I think with Tom Hanks, he actually did all that weight loss himself, and that was crazy.
And it's like it's a movie that's not. Usually, I like movies that have heavy dialogue,
Yeah.
but that one it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
like
enjoy the dialogue.
the talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why Tom Hanks and why Anne Hathaway? Like, what kind of draws you towards them?
Tom Hanks, I think he's just so timeless and versatile.
Oh yeah. I mean, you hear his voice, you think Woody.
Yes, which is my favorite Disney movie ever.
Yeah.
And then for Anne Hathaway, I think she just left a really big impression on me when I was younger, when watching Princess Diaries. And then all her other movies too. Her I think Disney movies.
And she's a great singer. Not to mention that.
She's very
either.
talented, like
Yeah.
multi-talented.
All right. So we'll go ahead and go into your interview. Okay. So how do you feel about it? Nice, it's nice and lax answers,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
So far, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Yeah, it's not too
Yeah.
deep, We'll probably get deeper later on, but it's not going to be too bad. All right. So let's go ahead and start with, I don't know if you want to share this, but how old are you?
I am 27.
27.
Just turned
Okay.
27 last month.
Nice. And what year did you graduate, and what school did you graduate from?
Is that high school or college?
High school.
High school.
And then
I
college.
graduated 2013. Redlands East Valley High School, and then college, CSUSB 2020.
Oh, okay. Nice. Congratulations. You graduated during a COVID year.
Yeah, I didn't get to walk, but that's fine. I got the paper. so.
Exactly. Usually that's what matters in college. People by that time people don't really want to walk. They're just like, give me the certificate. Now, here's something not a lot of people know about you. Well, I guess they should, but you are actually a twin.
Oh yeah, I am a twin.
Now, do you advertise that like whenever you're like, oh yeah, I have a twin sister?
Usually not.
Uh-huh.
Usually people find out when they're like looking at pictures, or I have her with me sometimes and they're like, oh, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, that's my sister. She's actually my twin. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
You have a twin? I'm like, oh, yeah.
Now there's terms of twins that don't look like what's that? Is that
Fraternal.
fraternal?
Yeah.
So you guys are fraternal twins.
Well, fraternal and identical, it basically means like if you come from the same egg or not.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, we do look very, very different fraternal.
I wouldn't say very different, but
That's what you guys say.
well, you have
but
similar because you
And
know.
that's a fact.
I think you have a bias. Like, yeah, I think twins want to feel they're different. I mean, everybody's different, but you know, of course, when you grow up as a twin, everybody starts to compare you to, and you know, everything has similarities. But so, as a twin, you want to try and like, I'm this kind of person, you know, and yeah, you're a different person. So.
I always remind people, I'm like, we're individuals.
Yeah,
We're two people. Okay.
Yeah. People tend to, because you guys are born together, like you do everything the same. Like,
Actually, we're very different. Like personality, looks, everything like that.
Okay. Other than that, you have other siblings.
I have 4 other siblings. I have a half brother, and then another brother, and then sister. So my twin and I are the youngest. We're the babies.
Okay. And right now you guys live in San Bernardino?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you guys always lived in that area?
No, so actually, Michelle and I were born in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Not many people
Okay.
not many people know that. Yeah, we were born in New York cuz my parents traveled a lot. My half brother, 2 of my brothers were born in the Philippines. My third oldest brother and my older sister were born in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And then
Are
Michelle
your parents in
and
the military? Were they
No.
in the military? Okay.
they just like moved around a lot for work.
Okay.
Yeah. And Michelle and I were born in New York. We didn't stay there for that long. Maybe like I think a year at the most, and then we moved to California.
Okay, so you were born there, but you don't even remember it?
No.
Okay.
But I want to go back eventually because I don't remember anything, obviously. So
But your birth certificates are from New York. Okay.
Yeah.
So after New York, you guys moved over
California, and we've been there. We moved like once, but it's still in the same general area.
Oh, okay. So you went New York, San Bernardino, San Bernardino? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So let's talk about what you brought for the shelf
Oh,
right above you. So another shout out to, what's his name?
Mondo.
Mondo, yeah. Sorry. Another shout out to Mondo, who gave us this this suggestion where the guest member brings something for the shelf above them. So go ahead and go into what's above you.
So this is just a snow globe that I got because I used to collect. Oh, that could have been an answer.
Oh,
I used to collect snow globes.
Really? What got you into that?
Well, from everywhere that I traveled to.
Oh, okay.
So this one's from London.
So you've been to London.
I've actually been to a few places.
Okay, we'll go into that, your travels.
But yeah, London.
Why did you pick London out of all the ones to bring?
It's because I had the opportunity when I was younger, because I have family out there.
Oh, okay.
And we stayed with them, and it was, she was my great aunt. And she and her husband she really wanted a daughter. She only had a son. And at the time when I was younger, they were like, oh, I thought they were messing around with me. They're like, do you want to, come live with us in London? And I thought they were
how
joking.
old were you?
I was in middle school.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, it was either middle school or elementary school. I was young. And, being as young as I was and I was already homesick, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And I thought they were joking, but she was really serious. Like when I got home, my dad and them were like telling me, your Lola Lily was being serious about like adopting you.
Do they have accents? Not Filipino accents, like English.
So it's like certain words they do have a little bit of that.
Wow. So you could have grown up with an English accent.
Exactly.
Wow.
When I went there, I went to like this water park. And there is this girl, she knew that we were Americans, and she went up to us and she's like, "Oh my god, you guys are American. Can you say sausages? I love your accent." And I was just like, sausages? And she's like, "Oh my god." And I was like,
You actually have a really good English accent.
Thank you. My Australian one was better. But yeah, it was really cool over there.
So do you kind of regret not doing that?
I do. I think about it a lot. But at the same time, I don't regret it because of the life that I've had here.
Of course.
And the people that I've met. But it would have been definitely cool to have lived there and grown up there.
Now, okay, so you're saying you've traveled to places. So what are some of the major places you've actually traveled to?
So London, Paris. I've been to Paris twice.
Oh, wow.
Germany, Russia, Philippines. Where else? Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, I think, or Latvia. All the ones I can remember right now.
Now, wow.
There's a lot.
It's a lot of European countries.
Yeah, because I went on a tour, a cruise. And it toured I think it was 13 different countries within what was it called? A specific part of Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Scandinavian cruise. There we go. Yeah.
And they docked every time?
Yeah, we docked every time. It was a cool experience, but at the same time, it was so time sensitive.
Yeah. Okay, we're docking. You have 4 hours. Be back by.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So you couldn't really, the time that you did have to, go on your own and explore, it was mainly if you wanted to buy souvenirs.
I see.
That's the only time you kind of had.
I was here.
Yeah. Take a picture. I was here. I have a souvenir. Go back.
Okay. Now, how long was that cruise?
It was, I think I was gone because before the cruise, I stayed in Paris for a few days. But I think the whole trip was 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Then did you go with your family or?
I went with my aunt, and then she had a whole bunch of old friends from back in the day, school, college, or whatever, and I went with them.
And was this just you? You had your siblings with you, or?
No, it was just me and my aunt, and then her friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what made? Was this the aunt you were supposed to live with?
No, this is a different. This is a different aunt.
I was just man, your aunts all love you, man. Now, what's one of your favorite places that you've traveled to?
I would have said Paris, but the people, the locals,
they don't like Americans.
Yeah,
right?
they're xenophobic, pretty much.
Okay.
Which is they don't really like foreigners.
Oh, okay. I was just what is he?
And yeah, they could be, not all of them, but majority of them that I met were pretty rude. But maybe it could be just a difference in between how they are culturally versus Americans, because I know they portray Americans as kind of fake.
Yeah.
They're always nice and you're just, it's not genuine.
Yeah.
I guess.
And that's usually only towards Americans, right?
I would say I think they don't like any foreigners.
Any foreigners, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if someone is French, but I know they have a lot of different colored skins out there. Do they just kind of vibe you out? Just
Yeah, I think they vibe you out based on I think a big plus is if you speak French, you're already
okay.
Okay.
All right, so English is
they're
not
oh, I don't want to deal with this. I'll have another server come up and help you.
Okay.
Much. Yeah.
Now, speaking of foreign countries, do you know any other foreign languages?
I just know I taught myself how to greet in different languages.
Oh, okay.
Just but I'm not gonna do it because it's embarrassing. But other than that, I can only understand Tagalog, but I can't speak it.
Yeah.
If I were to speak it, it sounds a little too American, my accent and everything.
So they could tell it's not.
Yeah.
Legit.
And then Spanish, I took 4 years of high school, but it's
yeah,
it's gone.
Yeah, that's the thing. I use Spanish for work. But it was all the basic stuff I learned at the very beginning of Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I learned phrases to use, and then that was about it. But now, if I hear people speaking Spanish, I could like pick out words.
Oh, you could pick it up on it?
Yeah, like, okay, that's what they're talking about. I probably won't get everything, but I know where the conversation is going to. So now, let's go into like your hobbies. Besides volleyball, because you know a lot of people that I bring on here, we meet. I meet through volleyball.
Yeah.
What other hobbies do you have?
I like baking.
Ooh.
And not many people know this, but before volleyball, I wanted to be a tennis player. That was like my main sport was tennis.
Did you do that in high school?
No.
Oh, okay.
I did volleyball because when
okay.
I was younger, my parents were like, okay, if you're gonna pick a sport, you gotta pick either between tennis or volleyball. And I was just like, oh, I really want to play tennis.
And that's funny because a lot of, I think, the arm swing in tennis is kind of similar.
Like when you're serving.
Yeah. So.
And then you're like, it's a lot of lateral movements. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you want to do singles or doubles?
Singles.
Is it because you'll only rely on yourself, or?
No, it's just I didn't have anyone in mind for doubles.
Oh, I see.
And I just wanted to focus on like my craft.
Yeah.
So.
Do you still play?
No, I gave it up because I pursued volleyball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like either or, you know?
Because they're both very expensive sports.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, tennis is like golf. You got to pay for all the equipment. You got to pay for a trainer, coach, all that. You got to go on tours and stuff to do.
Oh, that's true. That's
meets
true.
and stuff. Yeah. So.
Okay. Why'd you pick volleyball over tennis?
So the story about that is actually kind of funny because my godmother, she was a coach in high school volleyball, and I think she was a setter. And my brother at the time, he played high school for his team. And
this is your
my second eldest brother.
Okay.
I think you've met him, June.
Have I?
Yeah, June. He's a tall, lanky dude. He had an injury on his either ankle or knee.
Did he go bowling with us?
No. You guys met him at an open gym, but I wasn't there. Yeah, it was. I don't know how you guys. You told me about it. You and May saw him and my sister.
I do not remember this. I have to get a picture. I have to see.
Oh, okay.
Who? June?
June and Sherry. Oh. You guys seen June. Yeah.
Did he play with her? I remember
with Sherry?
I remember Sherry playing with her ex.
Oh, CJ?
Yeah.
I don't know when it was, but I just know that you guys told me you saw them.
Oh, okay.
And you guys thought they were a couple or something like that.
Oh no, I only saw CJ and Sherry. I don't remember seeing June. Now, did he play for college as well?
No, he didn't. He only played high school.
Okay, and what position did he play?
So bad. I don't know. I think he was a hitter. I've never been to any of his games. Like I said, I wasn't really into the sport at that age because how I got into it was that he would make me stand in front of him and he'd be like, okay, I'm going to hit the ball at you on your platform and you have to pass it to me perfectly every time so I could keep hitting it.
Now, how much older is he than you?
Let me see. 6 years?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and Sherry is
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
We're all 2 years apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's easy to keep track of. Does he still play?
No.
Why not? Did you not like it?
He did like it, but
Okay.
I think he was prone to injury. Maybe I think that was the reason. Because he's like really tall and skinny.
Oh man.
And so he
That's
had
like-
a lot of injuries.
Yeah, but then that's like ideal volleyball kind of.
It is, but I don't think he's that athletic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For his build.
Yeah.
I see.
He's kind of, when you think of like a tall, kind of goofy.
But I mean, you seen James.
Yeah, but I guess it just depends on the
Is it-
person.
He's not skinnier than James, is he?
He was.
Really?
Well, actually, no, he was probably the same
Okay.
at one point, but not now. Yeah. But back
Okay.
then he was pretty skinny.
And how tall is he?
I think he's 6'2" or 6'3".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I don't remember. But you were saying like volleyball over tennis.
Yeah. So then my godmother, she tried to scare me out of playing tennis. She was like,
Because
okay.
she's a volleyball
Yeah.
coach. Okay.
She's like, do you want skin cancer? Because if you
Oh,
play
so the
tennis,
sun.
you're gonna have skin cancer. And I was like, no, I don't want that. So I'll pick volleyball. So I picked it.
Okay. And now you said you're also into baking.
Mhm.
Now, what kind of stuff have you baked, or besides the cake and
Macarons.
oh
May knows this. Those are really hard to bake.
yes,
It's my favorite.
You still have to make me some so I can see what they.
Yes.
yeah, if they even set right.
Yeah,
'Cause-
It's
they're
hard.
difficult. They're very temperamental cookies.
They're very delicate
Mhm.
mixture. What anything can just possibly go wrong.
The temperature in the air, the humidity, is crazy.
did you take home ec for school? In school?
I had to take a cooking class as part of an elective.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that class.
What got you into baking though?
To be honest, I don't know. I think I just started one day and like when I made stuff, people liked it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
What's your favorite thing to bake for people?
Probably my cookies. Just
Oh, okay.
simple and easy.
What kind of cookies? Just any cookies?
They're brown butter toffee chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, okay. All right. So let's go into I don't know the answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
How we met.
Oh, okay. I think this is my version of it. I don't know if it'll match with yours. I was introduced to Bobby Bond's open gym through Lynn.
Okay.
Because I don't think I saw you guys at the San Bernardino open gym.
No, not
Like
at,
ever,
I don't think
right?
Not at the time.
Yeah. So one day I was just like, oh, I haven't played volleyball in a while. And I discovered that open gym. I was like, okay, I'll just go by myself. I'll check it out. And that's when I met Lynn. And then I eventually started playing with her a little more. And then she and I also met Mai at open gym as well. And they told me about Bobby Bonds. And that's when I went over there and I met you guys. And Lynn was just like, oh, I think you guys had that team in Temecula somewhere. What is that called? It was supposed to be like the little Giants team.
Is it with
The one
Lynn?
with Lynn.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
it's
Lynn.
a tiny but mighty.
Yeah. So she told me, I guess, or she told you guys about me or something. And then that's when I met you guys on the court.
Okay, see, we've just...
It's very vague though. But May didn't talk to me right away.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had that like resting
RBF.
RBF phase.
And it was funny because that was one of the rapid fire questions is how would you like strangers to remember you? And she goes, nicer.
Yeah, I'm a nice person, you guys.
Yeah. But
she is.
that's the thing though. Like, when you're actually into volleyball and you concentrate, you're not smiling. You know?
That's why I have a very bad RBF because I'm like very in the zone focused.
Yeah. And
But it's really bad, yo.
because even recently May's telling me,
concentrating.
yeah, May's telling me, you don't look like you're enjoying the game anymore. It's just like, you know what? It's because I'm thinking. It's not that I don't enjoy the game. I love the strategy of the game. I love, because as the setter, you're basically the one to set up the whole game for your
You run everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but like in fairness, I've seen you play before, and you did think. I know you're constantly thinking. I hear you all the time. Like, yeah, I'm thinking about this. But you did always have some sort of smile on your face, or some sort of energy on court where you always made it like motivating and fun for the players on your side. And it's completely different how it is now. And then Rochelle, I just didn't want to go up to her because she was scary. I was like, because if she's going to give me that face, I'm going to give her that face too, and we're about to throw down.
The first thing you said to me was, oh, hey, are you dating so-and-so? I was just like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you too.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I think it was, can I say it?
Yeah.
Was it Rec?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think I did that because I was asking for somebody. Maybe then. I think I was asking for somebody, and I think you knew who I'm at.
No, I don't. Because when you went up to me, I was just like,
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna
we're
say it out
gonna-
loud, but I think
Okay.
I was asking for somebody.
Okay.
okay.
Now, May was going into. I think at the time, when I first started, of course I could smile because I'm thinking less, of the game. But now that I think we've all progressed as players, and you reach a higher level of playing. I don't want to say
competitive edge, just like
Yeah.
you're in the zone. You're like,
you're
Okay,
spending.
but we're not going to Tokyo though. Calm
No,
down.
but-
I know,
see,
but like when
that's
you're
your-
really invested in the sport and you really enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you don't have to smile to enjoy something.
I'll smile when we get a point or we win.
Exactly. You'll celebrate
Yeah.
it, but that's one point.
Yeah.
So it's like I was just watching this guy. He was talking and he was promoting a brand. I'm not gonna say which brand because it's not Adidas. But he was saying that volleyball is a sport where you do something and then right after, either if you win or lose a point, it's a new game. Everything you have to reset every time. So that's why you need strong mental fortitude, So I think it's tough to go from happy to serious to happy to serious to happy all the time, right?
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. So if you stay in the zone, you don't have to celebrate if you just keep doing what you need to do, right? Because then you don't break your concentration as often. So I think that's what you see is me trying not to break my concentration because, especially for me, setter is a difficult position. So
Then find a new position.
I mean, you've watched the anime, right? Where
We're not basing life off of an anime.
No.
Hey, it's
The-
inspired through real life, all right?
When he went to the all youth, and then he goes, "Why do you look happier when you're playing a hitter position?" But he's a setter. Because they switched up positions, and he goes, "Well, no, though, but I'm a setter." He's just like, "But you look happier as a hitter." Yeah, you might look happier, but that's not the game you ultimately want to play as a setter. You just like, I like to be in control of the flow of the game. Yeah, it might look like I'm Debbie Downer, but it's just like, that's my concentration process. So.
Sorry, man, I agree.
No, like I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but there are some people who, like you two, you guys have a certain way that you guys play, and a certain vibe on court.
That's not
Which-
very friendly, or
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, facts.
I would say that.
Like I don't want to lie. Like I don't want to lie about it.
Yeah,
But it's not that that I know. I know that you guys are not meaning to do it on purpose, but it is like certain. That's why when I play with you, I make sure that I talk to you and try to keep your head up high, kind of thing. Instead of, because you have this tendency when you're in the zone, you look at the ground a lot. Either you're
'cause I'm
looking,
thinking.
yeah. But the thing is, think with your head up high so
Oh.
you can see the ball.
No, and that's another thing where it's just like, even though we go to an open gym and we know it's not going to be as competitive, I myself still want to play my best, because I use this to keep testing my skill, to refine my skill, to refine my craft, because the more you sharpen a sword, the better it's going to be used to cut or to, so.
Shout out to my brother, Kuya Jason. He actually said the same thing. Hence why he did go to a lot of open gyms when he was young, in his youth days. Kuya, if you're watching. And he said it wasn't because, I wanted that easy win, because I knew the people that were going to these open gyms were easy and I knew that I could beat them, I wanted to go there and still do my best, just because everybody has different play styles. Everybody has a different way of their passing the ball, their defense, and like that. So I wanted to see how I could adjust myself to that.
And shout out to Jason, just because he is one of the most versatile players I've ever played with.
Yeah, he's just old and he's just really fat right now, and that's the only reason why that he can't play.
Wow.
The way that he knows. I don't know why you guys are sitting there saying wow, but he knows that it's true.
Well, as people age, people gain weight easier.
But I find that okay, it's true what he's saying, and I'm not saying that you're anybody is wrong for anything like that. It's just that's why when you go to these the open gyms, you can't expect anything from certain people that you pick up on your team to do a certain type of play.
Well, yeah,
you just
random.
adjust to it.
Yeah, I understand that.
You just gotta adjust to it.
When I am pretty intense on the court, or I'm angry at something, it's not from a teammate. It's mainly from myself, from my mistake.
Oh no, facts. I can see on you. That's different from somebody else.
Oh, see, mine's a bit different.
Yeah, somebody else takes it all out on.
No, so for me, it's usually with the random people I play with. If I don't know their skill level, I won't blame them for doing something that they shouldn't have done. I don't know how they play, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's somebody that I know, and I know what their skill level is, but not everybody has our thought process where they have to always play their best, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they have to be better. They just want to play. But I know their skill level, and because they don't play to that skill level, it annoys me.
You have expectations.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't think it's unfair for me to do that, just because,
Don't pick them up then.
That's the thing. I don't.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not even gonna say who it is, but
not only that, but okay. I always like. It always comes back to this. Just this is not something I want to say to their faces. But if you're watching, it could go to everybody who's ever played with me. Do you not have pride in your play? Do you not have pride?
No, I do not.
To
I'm just kidding.
To try your best. Can you honestly pay the open gym money and just go there to fuck around? It's have.
Well, I guess some people are. Well, are you talking about the people that have skills?
Have skills. The people that I know, they've played for highs. They have more experience than I do than playing. Okay. Because from my background, like I said, I've never played high school. I never played college. I played recreational. So for people that actually have played high school, that have played even middle school, I hold them to a higher regard because you have more training than I do.
Yeah. But
because I've disciplined myself through watching YouTube videos, I'm better than you. That shouldn't be happening, I hold people to that higher regard for that training because they spent years doing that. I mean, while I was sitting in a classroom or, I was doing homework at home, you had to do those laps around or you had to do those drills.
Mm-hmm.
You have that in you. So why not at least have a good foundation, of the game?
That is frustrating to watch, though.
So, because
super frustrating to watch.
If I know the background, it's just it's another thing. Like I said, I hold those players to higher regard. So,
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a rant, but
sorry, we're gonna go on a lot of those. Sorry.
So we'll get into these deeper questions, and then we'll go into a little break. So before that, here's the first of I think 3 questions. Okay. So what is your self definition of success? For yourself.
Where I'm not constantly wanting another life or another alternative for what I already have. where I'm already content with what I have. I think I would measure that as success.
Okay. You have enough money to do what you love. What would you do as your profession?
I would have been an athlete, I think.
Yeah?
A pro athlete, yeah.
What sport?
Probably tennis.
I was like, tennis.
Yeah, probably tennis.
Yeah. Why haven't you picked tennis back up?
I just got so into volleyball.
Uh-huh.
And tennis, like, you need someone to play with. I mean, granted, volleyball
to train,
you need.
you don't, right?
I mean, kind of, because
Okay.
like when you gotta rally with someone, so you always have to have someone to practice with.
Okay.
Like, I understand for volleyball, you need a team,
Mm-hmm.
but like you have open gym.
Yeah.
For tennis, you may go to the tennis courts, and you don't have anyone, or if you do, it's probably like your neighbor down the street that doesn't really know how to play.
Do you have any people that actually know how to play?
No,
Really?
you know, that was another challenge that I had. Like,
Okay.
the person that got me into it was my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, and he would practice with me, but I don't think he ever played. But he was pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So he just did it recreationally.
yeah.
Have you ever looked up recreational tennis? Like,
Mm-mm.
No?
Another side of tennis was like, I look at it as like a wealthy sport, that and like golf. So it's like kind of prestige behind it.
Is there like elitism
I
behind it?
feel like there is.
But there's kind of elitism in every sport, though. Because I mean, you could probably say that we have kind of an elitist mentality with playing with people, but you know,
okay, I see that.
I think we also have more acceptance of
Mhm.
random people we play with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we have an elitism. Am I saying that right? Elitism.
Chris just wanted to say that nobody knows it. I don't know if it's true or not on his playing, but he knows how to play tennis.
Whoa,
Who knows how to play?
Chris,
Chris.
true story.
Have you
Nobody
ever-
knows, but I know how to play tennis. True story.
What the heck, Chris?
There
That's,
you go.
That's what he
You
said.
could have been my tennis buddy.
I mean, have you ever told that to anybody before, though?
No, not really. just like my recently.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
Rochelle's fault that she did not know because she did not inform people.
Yeah, my bad.
She has just been chilling.
Well, I got so into volleyball that I was just like, okay, whatever. You know, tennis, bye-bye.
Well, there you go. I mean, it could start with you, Chris, and then you guys could end up going to like.
Oh, actually, my friend, sorry.
Go ahead.
My girlfriend's.
That's
My
not
sis-
something you want to say out loud, considering we just cleared some facts for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
No, she does not have a girlfriend.
It's her girlfriend.
It's a.
Yeah, sorry. No,
Did you
it's
know
it's
we're
my
the only
sister.
country that says that
What?
and mean it to be what it's.
Girlfriend.
Yeah. Did you know
Really?
that?
Yeah, there's no other countries don't have a term for
They use
A f-
your significant other. They say your partner.
yeah.
So when
Oh.
they say girlfriend, they think, oh, it's my
a
friend that's a girl. Or when you say
Oh.
boyfriend, they
It's a
say
boy
it's a
that's a
boy
friend.
that's a friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're the only country that uses boyfriend and girlfriend as for our significant other.
I did not know that.
Yeah, other countries use my partner, my other half, my mate.
Oh.
But we are
Wait,
dumb.
But don't Aussies use mates? My
Yeah, mate.
mates.
Yeah,
for-
but
as
to
a
me,
friend.
Depends.
to me, like mate would be like, that's your significant other. But
Mhm.
to them, it's like that's your friend.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's just how they use it or stuff. But we are literally the only one that uses boyfriend girlfriend.
You learn something every day. I did not know that.
That I learned that
Could be
from
fake news, but we don't know.
Mr.
Hearsay?
Craig Tumba. If you're watching, that's my best friend. He's from
Oh, man.
Arizona, and I don't know if he's in Nigeria right now, but he's a doctor, surgeon, or whatever, and he played volleyball with us.
Oh.
You know who he is. You just probably don't know him by his
Yeah,
name.
He's he used to be at Bobby Bonds like way back when, probably when Lynn was around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I probably wouldn't remember.
Oh no, you were there. You were there.
No, I don't.
It's not ringing.
Yeah.
And I don't have a picture of him.
Yeah.
So you were saying your profession. So
Yeah, it would be a pro athlete.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we found out that you could play tennis with Chris. Would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They actually volleyball has been kind of like not as fun for me anymore, to be honest. Yeah.
Even with me?
Now,
Yeah.
what? Now, why do you think that is?
Stop the cap.
I don't know. I think I want something new. I don't know. It's just been the same old thing.
Yeah.
But I want to get into more hobbies because I was telling May this, and shout out to Mai and Chris. They took me to golfing yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it was the range, and I kind of hated on the sport of golf, but like I did it just to try it. I was really curious, and I actually ended up loving it.
Yeah. So the range is basically you just hit balls. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that. What was it, Tuesday? And I just, you know how bowling is a bunch of repetition on the form.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
It's just
See, I hate bowling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't. I'm not good at it.
So,
and I don't think I could train to be even decent at it.
But you hate it because you're not good at it. I think for me, bowling is like a social sport. It's kind of you play by yourself, but it also.
Are you talking about like for funsies or like
no, like
a professional?
Even professional. I think both of them. It's a social sport. Yeah, at first.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a elderly person sport. I mean,
What, bowling?
yeah.
The
I think it's like
I've seen a lot of younger.
yeah. I mean, because they're picking it up.
But yeah,
now.
I do see. Yeah, I see.
But I mean, if you look at the professionals, I'm just like, I don't think you see any professionals in any other sport at that age.
Yeah, because it's not as like physically demanding.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, if I ever want to take up bowling, I could do it when I'm 70. You know, because it's like right now I have the ability to be athletic. You know, so I mean, it might not look it, but
same.
So you know, it's just like you have the ability to use your body how you want to use it now. Might as well do that before you know, because you can't play volleyball in your 70s, especially for someone that's short. I mean, if you're tall, yeah, because you can see these guys that are tall, they don't even have to jump. That can serve them well in the volleyball sport for a long time. But a shorter
you are
players,
prone to more injury, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for us shorter players, you know, we end up just being dictated to like libero.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't mind that, though.
I wouldn't either. I mean, nothing beats a really good pass.
Yeah, every time I tell people, like, you may have a really good hit, but to me, if you have a really good libero or a passer, like, to me, that person outshines the hitter.
Oh, heck yeah.
Every time.
And that's why I always stress it to my passers. I'm just like, especially at gyms that don't have serving room, I'm just like, you expect more because nobody can really try. A standing serve is not as strong as a jump serve. Yeah. So
because with a jump serve, you have all that extra momentum going to the ball. Yeah.
So I mean, so why not?
That's true.
Yeah. You know, we talked about this.
Yeah.
So, all right. So last question is, are you where you thought you'd be at by now?
No. I thought, like, growing up, like I said earlier when I did the quick round, rapid round questions, I always looked at life as very linear. Like, if you plan it out, this will happen, and then you can go accordingly. But life is not linear. You have so many curveballs thrown at you. And I thought I would be married by now with kids and have, like, a great, stable job, living out of state or, you know, out of the country or something.
Is that what you want to do? Live out of the country?
I do want to live either out of state or out of the country.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to stay in California.
Okay.
Yeah. Just expensive.
And that's a fact.
Okay.
I don't know why it stopped. I don't want to stay in California either. It's hot and expensive.
Okay. So yeah,
Go
I mean,
up California if you want to stay in California. You could go up for cooler weather.
True.
so I do have something. Oh wait, no, I chose the wrong quote. But this quote was also will serve a purpose for later on. But okay, I understand. I hear that. Now a lot of people don't know this is I made a deal with you to do this podcast.
Oh yeah.
And the deal was for on your end
Mm-hmm.
was you just want to do it one and done.
Yep. One and done.
So you don't want to make a
Second
a
appearance.
second appearance. Now, do you want to go into that? Like, why would do you only want to do a one and done?
Because I just
I mean,
this kind of stuff is a little nerve wracking.
it is. I mean, but
Um,
up to now, have you
mhm.
felt at ease, or are you still on your toes? I mean,
at first I was on my toes, and
Yeah.
then I got into it wasn't as bad.
yeah, and I think everybody's first time is always kind of nerve wracking, whatever it is. So it's just I want people to feel comfortable when
Mhm.
doing something like this, because at the end of the day, it's just me and you talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just other people are listening, and we go into subjects that we don't normally get into, And I mean, we learned about tennis, we learned about a lot of stuff that we've never talked about, and some stuff that we have talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to bring it up again. So, would you change your mind?
I would make another deal if
Okay.
I were to
Okay.
come back a second
Okay.
time. Yeah.
So we will leave your because usually I have the person make a movie recommendation the next time they're on, or a show recommendation. We'll leave that open ended.
I actually had a recommendation.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So before we go on break, what
Mhm.
would your recommendation be for
It-
the next deal to come back?
it's the movie. I think it's called Everything Everywhere.
Ooh,
at
that's
once or
the
something like that?
multiverse one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
a
haven't watched
really
it.
good
I heard
movie.
it's really good.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a little weird,
Uh-huh.
but overall it's just it's a meaningful movie to
Okay.
me. Yeah.
All right. So, hopefully we can make a deal and Rochelle will come back. On that note, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. All right, welcome back. So at this point, we'll go ahead and go to your segment where you get to grill me for a little bit. So, did you think of a name of your podcast? All right, so I'll play you in. You ready?
Okay.
All right, here you go.
Get your questions out, because it's time to question Mark.
All right. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today's podcast is called Running Through the Six with Ro.
Yes. All right.
So the six is the 6 questions I have for our very special guest today, which is Mr. Mark Lee himself.
Thank you. There you go.
All right. So we're
I
going
like
to
that.
start.
With Ro. Now, do people call you Ro?
Very few people call me that.
Do you
But I
like
have-
Ro or Shell?
Well, for some reason, people really have a hard time with my name.
Uh-huh.
They'll call me Michelle, Rachel.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh God. So if they can't get it down, Rochelle,
Mhm.
sometimes they'll say, just call me Ro.
Oh, okay.
But most people will eventually get it and say the right name.
Oh, okay.
But very few people call me that.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna start off with an easy one.
All right. Cool.
Who can you not stand in volleyball? Just kidding. That's not the. Don't answer that. That's me.
I don't mind answering it.
No.
I think he's gonna answer, yo.
You can answer it off camera because I don't want to hurt anyone's.
Well,
feelings.
no. I mean, they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't. They don't watch this, but it's not particularly anybody that I know.
Mm.
It's basically it's a type of person. The people that I can't stand are the people that don't do anything when they're on court. They think it's a standing sport. They don't move around. They don't hustle. They don't do anything. They're there to look pretty and they want to win.
Mm.
That's who I can't stand.
That was a funsies question, so I wasn't expecting you to actually answer.
No, I will answer these. You know.
So this one, if you could put together your dream music album, which artists would you have collaborate with each other, living or dead? Yeah.
Okay. Probably like I'm on a Chance the Rapper kind of high right now.
Oh, okay.
So people that I love, he's collaborated with them before, but you know, just a full album would be awesome. Would be probably Kanye West, Childish Gambino. He's the probably Lil Dicky, and for funsies, Sam Smith.
Wow, throw a little Sam Smith in there for the vocals. Okay,
He loves Sam Smith.
so do I. We have that in common. I
mean,
freaking love Sam Smith.
Of course.
Okay, next question. What are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Top 3 things. Right now, I would probably say create a volleyball traveling team.
Trying to go to Tokyo.
Create merchandise. Not only for the traveling volleyball team, but also for probably something like, you know, this
Okay.
to support the podcast. Because, you know, more exposure is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And third would probably be bucket list. No, that was 2, right? So the third one would
Travel.
yeah, I don't
travel.
mind. That's the thing. I don't mind traveling, but it's not probably something, you know, on my bucket list. Like before I die, I do, like I said, want to make a traveling team, which is actually in the works right now.
Is that like for tournaments and
Yes,
stuff like that?
for
Oh.
a travel team for tournaments and stuff like that. Because you see all
Is it it's not like professional? Or
no,
is
not
it-
professional.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think we're at that level. But you know, if we play at places that it's for fun, but you know it's competitive, I just want to not only make a name for the people on my team, but like the IE has players too, you know. And third, oh man, that's tough. Probably finish my collectible collection. I don't know if you see whatever's behind me is like a Haikyuu kind of thing, and I hope they're called Nendoroids.
I actually really like. I wanted one of what's his name? My favorite player. I'm so bad.
What's the position?
I think he's an outsider or right side. He's a lefty.
Oh,
Really
Ushijima?
intense. Yeah.
Yeah, he has an Nendoroid.
Yeah, but they're expensive, no?
I actually got this from Nendo World, and it was like 60 pounds, so it's like $70. So it's
Well-
not. It's for resale they are expensive,
Yeah.
but if you actually get it from the place that actually sells it, not too bad. You just have to either pre-order it or wait till it releases again. So I would actually want to finish that collection because I have a collectible glass right there.
I
you
see,
know.
yeah.
And I think I've had that for like about 5 years now, and I've yet to complete because there's 4 tiers of it. I have the first tier which is Ninja Turtles. Second tier is like the Batman family. I have nothing for the third or fourth tier, you know. So I wanted to basically fill those up with like things that mean something to me. So I grew up with Ninja Turtles and DC Comics. So the rest of it was just going to be, okay, I am into anime, but I'm also into volleyball. So what can I do that's both, which is Haikyuu.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking like, what's the fourth thing that would like had a major impact in my life? And I'm just like, I can't think of it, but I want to finish that display.
That's pretty cool.
So
What would you say is like your favorite out of all your collectibles? Which one's your favorite?
I think
Or maybe the one that has the most meaning?
the Ninja Turtles one would have the most meaning, just because I grew up on that, and it was a big part of my childhood. I mean, to the point where I think about all the toys I've had of Ninja Turtles and how my grandma gave it away, and I was like, those would have been so expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, you go back in your head and you're like, man, you had a box of toys, and it was just probably nothing but Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. So it was just like, I don't know if you had like a toy chest when you were younger.
Yeah.
Ours was just a freaking box, like a balikbayan box.
Oh.
And we just put it, we stacked everything
Yeah.
inside of it. And then if we wanted to find toys, we just had to like dig through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would be the third,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
what is it?
On your
bucket
bucket
list,
list.
yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Next question. If you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what would you ask? Get the
Yeah.
wheels turning.
I have a lot. I just don't. I'm trying to see just one
Mhm.
would be, because if I asked the question, would I only get to know the answer?
Yeah, only you.
Ooh.
Yeah. No one else can know the answer.
Okay. What is my meaning in this life? What was I put on this planet for?
Would you be upset if like you didn't fulfill what your meaning was? But
No.
you still are content with what you already had?
If I find it out, then I could work towards it. But, a lot of people go through this life trying to find that,
Mhm.
trying to self-establish, this is what I'm meant to do. If people knew that beforehand, going into, just living, you could always work towards that.
But I feel like that's a very like you're not really exposed to other things and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You're just set towards one thing.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you would have purpose. You would find, and that's the thing that we all kind of want to do, is just find purpose. It doesn't matter how big or small. If you were put on this planet, say to serve food,
Mhm.
right? At least I know I fulfilled my purpose. But going into life where it's just like, I need to find my purpose. I need to find my purpose.
Mhm.
Was this my purpose? Trying to find my purpose was my purpose, So it's kind of
It would definitely make life a lot easier.
oh yeah, definitely, because
Yeah.
then you could always work towards that goal. If you get that goal,
Mhm.
you're like, now I can be completely content in just doing this for the rest of my life.
But I feel like the purpose of not knowing your purpose from the beginning is so that you find out through the experiences you go through,
Yeah,
and they shape who you are.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you do find that purpose though, or if you knew that purpose, you could only build upon it. Say your purpose was to like go back serving food.
Mhm.
I will end up serving the best food I can possibly serve. I would constantly create dishes that will top the past dishes that I've made, and just continually build out from there. Your purpose was ending up serving food,
Mhm.
but you're serving the best food there is. So
You're not wasting energy on other things.
Exactly.
You're just focused on one thing.
yeah, your craft is always getting better. You're becoming known.
Mhm.
It's just knowing that is half the battle. Because you still got to reach that goal and then build up from there.
Yeah.
So
Because it's mentally challenging
mm-hmm.
when you don't know your purpose and you're
Of
trying
course
to
not.
look for it.
You know,
So I get you on that one.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, we're always put on this like, is my purpose just to live my life and then disappear into, the mass people that have been on this earth. You know, if you think about it, we're nothing but a blip in time. So
Tiny little speck.
exactly. And you know, we want to make the most impact to those around us, you know, even if it's just by a smile, you know, or something like that. So
Very cool. Okay. We kind of talked about this one already, but I had this question like ready a long time ago, but it's what was cool when you were younger, but isn't cool now? We talked about this in the
Everything. Just kidding. People.
people.
Life.
well, I mean, you know, we go back and like we think about like what was cool back then, and now we think it's like, oh, it's so cringe.
Yeah, cringe.
But I'm trying to think. Probably baggy pants.
But that's in now. Well, like not as tight
No, saggy.
fitting.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
saggy.
saggy pants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Now, okay. So I used to be one of those people that lets it hang off my ass,
you were one of those.
Yes.
Okay.
but my shirt would be long enough. My
to
shirt wasn't
cover.
like baby gap. You know, I would wear like a long Pro Club shirt, and the only time you'd see my underwear was if I'm getting up from my seat or if I'm bending over, right? Yeah, my pants would hang off my cheeks, and
How was that even functional? Like,
it was just the style, you know. And it like I think about it now, and I was just like, I would actually be at church and sagging.
your parents let you go to church like that?
They're like, they always said, pull up your pants, and you know, I was in choir back then as well, and our choir leader would literally go to me and physically pull my pants up, and you know, I'd pull them back down, and I was just like, oh,
How old were you?
I was in high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was just like, oh my God, like thinking about it now, I was just like, why was I so stupid? Pants fit just right. You know, they were meant to fit just right. But I always think about it and I'm just like, nowadays it's so cringe when I see somebody sagging. I'm just like,
I don't really see it now, to be honest.
when I see it, I get embarrassed because I'm just like, that used to be me.
That was me.
Yeah. But to be fair, now they're like wearing tight shirts with it. And I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I
you know,
know.
at least I wore a long shirt that way you don't always have to see my ass. So
Okay, cool. Okay, this one. Do you believe AI will take over the world one day?
oh, that's interesting because I've seen a lot of AI stuff where it's kind of scary. So they build these AIs and they put a face to it. I don't know if you've seen those videos.
I've seen there was a robot.
Yeah, they named them
look
too.
really human-like.
Yes.
Even like the movements, the blinking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And whenever they actually have it talk, they end up saying, you know, we're going to take over the world. We're going to kill everybody. And it gets kind of scary. I'm just like, geez, good thing they didn't give these things limbs.
Some of them do.
Yeah, or access to the internet. Because, you know, if they had access, if an AI had access to the internet, then it'd be probably over. But I don't know. Will AI take over the world? Only if the smartest people on our planet end up doing something stupid. Because, you know, it's ultimately if they give AIs access to, I don't know,
The most sensitive like
files,
information.
then we're pretty much through. But as long as they keep that barrier, like, hey, this is strictly R&R, research and or is it not R&R, R&D, research and development, then I think we're pretty safe. But I mean, honestly, I think our society is getting stupider.
We're
So-
very dependent on technology.
Oh yeah, not only that is
We're getting smarter, but also at the same time a little dumber.
we're getting smarter to be lazier. Let's go with that. Just because even careers nowadays can be made with social media. So I'm just like, so that means everyone's trying to be that next social media star. That means we're losing people that could have been possibly doctors, that could have been possibly lawyers, all that stuff that take education. There was a guy that actually said, if everybody was an engineer major in 5 years, I think he said 5 years, we would be completely set in life. Like because engineers always push each other to go pass, so we'd have flying cars, we'd have the technology that people thought we would have by now, in movies. And he was just saying, because of the way the world is developing, we're not going to reach whatever, those flying cars. Probably it's going to take longer. But if everybody actually was an engineer, we'd actually be there by now.
The builders of our world, the creators. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, and then last one. Do you believe greatness or leadership? Do you think people are born to be leaders, or they eventually learn to become leaders? Or sorry, just become leaders.
Yeah. I believe the saying where you can't lead until you've followed, right? Just because every person goes through every person has a different outlook in life, right? I think to become a leader, you have to learn from other leaders. And you can't do that by going straight into leading, right? You have to become a follower of different types of leaders and kind of incorporate that into your own type of leadership. So I feel you can't lead unless you have that versatility.
Okay.
Because everybody follows in a different way. And if you're only leading by what do they call it? An iron fist, where it's just like my way is the right way, you're not going to have, dedicated followers. And to have those followers, you need to be able to, be versatile in what they need. So I think everybody can learn to be a leader, but
would you say like some people have a natural talent to it?
I would say so. But I think anything can be learned. I mean, just like talent, like you were saying, is somebody could be talented. It just takes them less learning, but somebody that has no talent in it can learn and develop it. It just depends on who's willing to put in more work. So,
yeah, I just thought it was an interesting question I had in one of my college courses. And it was like half the class was like, oh, you're born a leader. Or half the class was like, no, you learn to become a leader. And I agree with you that I believe people, there are people that out there that do have natural like talent or ability towards being a leader. But I think in general, you learn to become a leader through experiences.
I also think a lot of leaders don't want to be leaders.
Actually, that's what my professor said.
Yeah.
She's like, every good leader, they actually didn't want to be a leader to begin with.
Usually, leaders have, in my eyes, leaders have two specific things. They have logic, they have empathy. They know what has to be done, and they know they feel for what others have to go through to get that done. So I think those are two of the best qualities you could find in a leader. Somebody that could think logically, not emotionally, because emotions can dictate what you do, could dictate you into doing something wrong, and that them to be an empath, basically feel what your decision would cause for other people. So,
thank you for answering all my questions.
of course. Oh, those were nice questions. I really had to think about those. And I'm still thinking about them just because, that leadership one is really, it's a good question because, like I said, natural natural leaders don't
Mhm.
tend to want to be leaders. I'm just like I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it. I'm like,
It
oh,
was
man.
it caused like a big debate in my class that one day. So yeah, I just wanted to see your take on it.
Yeah, that was a good one. So now we'll go ahead into the question of the week. Really easy question. So the question of the week is, who or what is your most pivotal relationship right now?
Hmm.
Me.
May is
Well, it's a
May
who-
is a close second.
Who or what?
We're a couple.
Who or what? So I'll go ahead and give you and I'll answer first.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and say right now my most pivotal relationship is volleyball. You know, just because it's what I base a lot of my stuff around at the moment. You know, because I do want, like I said, I do want to make a traveling team,
Mm-hmm.
and I also want to play with people and well, like the certain people on the team to get our flow right, because I want to become the best version of myself in the position I'm playing. So I think right now that's what I'm working on more in my my everyday right now.
I would say, well, it's been kind of a long time now,
Mhm.
but ever since, shout out to, again, Maya and Chris, I think my relationship with them, because I see them more as more than friends, like they're family to me.
Yeah.
And they've taught me a lot about life in like the 4 years that I've known about them
Mhm.
than like the rest of, you know.
And I always
You're
get that vibe whenever you talk about them.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, you're not only friends but family.
Yeah, I look up to them a lot. I don't know if I tell them that, but yeah, I look up to them a lot, and they've opened my eyes to a lot of different things that initially I would say I was a very closed-minded person when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, you learn to open up and take things in and experience things that you didn't you thought, oh, I would never do that. You know, that's not me. But they show you like the better side of things.
Okay.
Which is what I really, yeah.
So shout out to Maya.
Yeah,
and Chris.
shout out to you too.
Okay. So on that note, we'll go ahead and get into our TikTok challenge. I did do a TikTok off the list. I just have to post it. It's on Caden's phone, so I'll do that sometime today. So do you have a TikTok challenge for me?
I do, but this one also includes May in it, so she has to do it.
Okay.
Oh, you picked the wrong one then.
But it's a simple one.
Okay.
It's the one where they like I forgot the music to it, but I think it's called the Touch It challenge or something.
It.
I think it's where you kind of just go into your different fits together. Different
Oh, okay.
outfits.
Okay, cool.
And, yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
So you just do it.
Hello, whoever's saying hi to me.
What's the name there?
The way you have the comments set up now, it's so hard for me to see.
You
Like-
can't spell the name.
It's like blended into the background.
Oh, the font, like the color of
Yeah, the color and
Oh.
the stuff. So that's why I'm sorry, everyone. That's why I've been having a hard time like reading everyone's comments, cause like I'm low key blind also,
Oh no.
and the font is literally like,
the same color as the
s-
background.
you know how like the smallest font on Word is like 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like a 2,
Oh no. Okay.
so I can't read
Oh, okay.
anything.
It's okay.
But it says something WZ something WZ. I don't know what that letter is. I don't know what the next one is. I don't know what the next one is. And then I think it says L or D.
Okay. Well, hello.
But yeah. Somebody fix it.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and get that sample. Yeah, you have the sample of it, right?
oh shoot.
Oh, well, you
I
can send it to
it
me.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll get that from you later. And on that note, we'll go ahead and take a quick break before we wind down. And we are back. So before we end the show, Keep saying I'm just noticing it now.
I say that a lot. Don't
I
worry.
know.
It's a pet peeve of mine. Personally, mine. Like if when I say it, I'm just like, why did you say that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I go back. That's the thing. I go back and then I watch this. I'm just like, why are you so bad at talking? You know, when you have these conversations, you don't say that a lot, but then,
Mhm.
you know, once you're on camera, you just have the little ticks that you do. Um, so we're going to go with the inspirational quote of the week. And yeah, I changed it because there was one that was saying, you know, life is a mountain. The goal isn't to reach the top, it's to find your path through it, right? But I was just like, I think this one is better in a sense. So this actually is from one of Gerard Way's music, I think. His lyrics. Do you know who Gerard Way is? He's the lead singer to My Chemical Romance.
Oh, okay.
So he's, you know who My Chemical Romance is, yeah. So he's the singer, songwriter, he's a comic book writer for the Umbrella Academy.
I did not know that. That's pretty awesome.
So the quote is, "One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching."
Mm,
So I think that's good.
that's a very fitting one for me.
Yeah. So it's you know, just don't
Enjoy
don't,
life.
yeah, don't worry about too much. Just try to enjoy life, because at the end of it all, it is you're only gonna go back on, you know, let's say your deathbed. You're gonna go back on all the good things you've done, right? Not gonna remember the bad. You're gonna be like, you know, this is what my life was. So, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have any shout outs that you wanna?
I mean, they already know by now. Mine, Chris, Lena,
Yes.
Lynn. Shout out to you. She's getting married in August.
Woo!
The fam back home. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, my two lovely boys, my cats. I know you're watching.
What are your cats' names?
Arrow and Mochi.
Okay, Arrow and Mochi. All right. So, like I said, thank you for joining me. If you guys have anybody else that would actually want to hop on the show, let me know by DMing me on Instagram at ggmarklee, or sending me an email at thequestionmarkpodcast@gmail.com, and that's MARC.
Oh, it's James. I'm sorry. I could see it like on when it hits a certain background.
Oh, okay. So I need to start editing these things because they are only on YouTube. I need to put them on Spotify just so that you guys can listen to it wherever you are. So I will get to that. I promise you. And when I get to it, you're going to get like a month's worth of it. So for our audio listeners, the shows are on anywhere you get your podcast. Just go ahead and search the Question Mark Podcast. So thank you guys for watching or listening. I appreciate you all, and especially in these times, I'm wishing everybody peace, love, and sanity.
Yeah.